We would have been, I know, we would have been standing there for
And it's been a long
20
time
minutes.
ago, but it wasn't just me. It wasn't just
It's
Angie.
true.
There were like 10 of us. We couldn't get in the freaking room.
And if you're listening, those people know, or watching, those
Yeah.
people know who they are. Oh my gosh.
I don't remember. We didn't get out.
No,
We couldn't get in. We couldn't get out. So
no, we didn't make it.
we're lucky we're not still there.
Starting, sustaining, and having a successful small business is hard, but you already knew that. But wouldn't it be great to have a podcast that talks to and digs in to the people who've made it? Problem solved. This is Local Vibes, small business success stories. Talking to successful small businesses from around America, you'll hear awesome stories about how they got started and how they survived and thrived online and in their communities. We find out their special vibe. Welcome to Local Vibes. Brought to you by UltimateOnlineMarketing.com. Now, here are your hosts, Pat and Angie Cherubini.
All right, let's do this.
We do not want scripted, so we just say, hey, what's going on? If we veer off some other path, that's where we go.
Well, I mean, I think we need to say, welcome to you, Kim, and thanks for coming on here. And Kim Workman is actually a client of ours. How long has it been? It's been a good
about
4
6
years?
years, give or take.
6?
Really?
Wow.
I didn't realize it really had been that long. I knew it was a long time, but I didn't know it had been that long.
Yes, because I asked you guys to help me start the website, and this August I will be in business for 6 years.
That's fantastic.
That's success right there, especially now.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, we'll get into that a little bit, but
Yes.
why don't you just start off by telling us who you are and what you actually do, what your business is?
Okay. My name is Kim Workman. I am the owner and operator of Escape Rooms in Newark, Ohio. We currently have 3 escape rooms, and we are on Sirocco Avenue in Newark.
Nice. So an escape room, that is...
Yeah, explain to people exactly what an escape room is, because I think some people might think it's... well, I'm scared of that.
Panic room, which is not exactly correct. The easiest way to describe an escape room is if I throw you in a jail cell, you have 45 minutes to try to get back out of that jail cell. And if you can get out in 45 minutes following the clues, different scenarios that I've left in the room for you, you'll probably be successful at getting out in 45 minutes.
Awesome. And, truth be told,
Don't tell it.
we've been through it with our friends. And Kim actually had to give us a clue to get into.
We couldn't even get
room.
into this escape room, let alone escape from the escape room. So we had to cheat and have help.
Oh, that was fun.
Surely we're not the only ones, I hope.
You are not the only one.
That's good.
A challenge can even be getting into the building even when the door is unlocked. So
Really?
yes.
You've just
A lot of people, they have to pull, and by code, the door is actually a push.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, Kim, tell us how did you get started? What made you decide, hey, now is the day that I want to start an escape room?
Well, all my life I've wanted to start my own business, played the devil's advocate for myself, could never come up with something that I thought would be a success. And then about 7 years ago, I went on a vacation, a family vacation, and we went to an escape room, which was something I had always wanted to do once I started seeing them coming up and becoming popular. And I absolutely fell in love with it. So I came home and drove 21st Street, drove 79, looking for the perfect location, and kind of got frustrated and gave up a little bit. Then I realized that there was a building for sale in my own family that my dad had a building for sale that he and his brother had worked to put up. It was a building that had been used as a lawnmower repair business. So it took me a year to clean it, but I did turn it
Wow.
into the escape room that it is currently. Got a lot
I,
of the grass and oil off of the ground and
yep. I
gasoline out
don't know
there.
if I think I told you once. I don't know if you remember. I actually was a customer of your dad in that shop. I was a boat mechanic in a previous life, and he was one of the few that could actually do the machine work on the engines that we need. And I was in that a few times. I
Yep.
remember how much grease was in there.
Yep.
It seriously
So
took you a year,
here,
Kim?
what's that?
It seriously took you guys a year to clean it up?
It did. My dad and I spent some time with blowtorches and scrapers and on the floor and patching holes because things had hung from the ceiling, getting machinery out of the building. I like to say it was kind of like getting a little boy to clean his room because dad didn't want to move a lot of the stuff.
I bet he didn't want
So
to
I
get rid of
was
much either.
constantly pushing it out the door so that he could make way for my stuff.
Well, I think you succeeded at that because it doesn't look anything like a machine shop anymore.
It doesn't look like a machine shop, and it doesn't even smell like a machine shop. And that
That
was
is
That
good.
that's key. So does your family work with you?
absolutely. My dad does all of my building for me. Whenever I say I need this, he steps right up and is able to make it for me.
I didn't know
And
that. That's awesome.
yep, occasionally when I am not available to run a group, my mom will step in and run the group for me.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Fantastic. So they've supported you the whole step of the way in this from the very
Pretty much.
beginning?
Pretty much. Normally, mom is the one that will tell me no when it comes to an idea. Dad is usually the one that tells me yes when it comes to an idea. However, when I proposed the idea of starting an escape room, they flip flopped on me. Mom said yes, and dad said no.
Really?
Yeah. Later on, I found out that dad didn't want to do all of the work involved, but he got suckered into it because mom said yes. So here we are 6 years later. Dad and I are running it. And every once in a while, I get a phone call from my mother saying, "Don't you have something for your dad to do?"
Oh, oh, that's funny. That's
I think a lot of
awesome.
dads get handed jobs like that.
Yes.
Probably. Probably. So, in all this time in the 6 years that you've been open, what is one of your most memorable moments?
My
Do you have one?
customers brought a lot of laughs to me. And I would say the most memorable couple came in one night with with two other friends, and they called it Goodwill Night. They had gone to Goodwill shopping together. The ladies picked out the clothes for the men, and the men picked out the clothes for the ladies. They were told that they had to wear them out in public.
Oh,
So they'd not only gone to dinner in their garb, but they had also come to escape it. And everyone looked nice, but you could tell that there was something going on. And so when I asked, that's what they explained to me
That
was
is
it was Goodwill Night, and they were out on the town in the outfits that the significant other had picked out.
that is awesome and
that is a
terrifying
great
at the same.
idea. I hope it's a great idea, but I hope the heck our friends aren't
Ooh,
aren't listening to
that's
this.
a scary thought.
Oh,
I absolutely loved it. And recently they came back in just dressed in normal street clothes for a date night with the same couple. So they were doing the same exact thing, but just in, what they had actually pulled out of their own personal closets to go out in.
That is awesome.
and they're a local couple or local people.
Yes.
That is a fantastic idea.
Mhm.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So,
So we love having fun around here, and everyone's welcome to come as they are.
Oh yeah, what a fun business because everybody's there for a good time. It's entertainment.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
I guess that brings us to the question: what have you done the last couple of years? How terrible has everything
Oh,
been?
yeah.
It really did a number on us, especially because we were in one of the businesses that had to close during that mandatory shutdown. Um, a lot of people are not coming out based on the mask mandate and things like that. But being off of the main drag, being off of 21st Street, off of 79, the rent in this building is so much more reasonable that it made it not
Doable.
profitable,
Yeah.
but we were able to break even and continue paying the bills even with a lot fewer customers coming in through the door.
Yeah.
Now that we've seen the mask mandate change, we've also seen our numbers increase as far as customers.
Oh, that's
That's good.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Are they
that's
repeat customers or new?
We get a lot of repeat customers. We even have customers that'll say, "We've done all 3 rooms. When are you going to change them again? Let us know." Those are the kind of customers that we like to keep in contact with and let them know, "Hey, we've changed your room. Would you like to come in for free and test it for us?"
oh, cool.
Because
Oh,
every
that,
room we put up, we run test groups through to see how long it takes them, to see what trips them up, what doesn't trip them up, what might be too easy, what might be too hard, to
yeah,
get a good indication of if we've built the room well or not.
that's a
Where
good
does
idea.
one learn how to play all these tricks on people? Is there an escape room association? It's
Oh,
all
that's a
in
good
Kim's head.
question.
All in
That's a
Is
Kim's
very
there
head.
good question.
really?
I don't use any of it though. It's all right here.
Yeah. How many other escape rooms have you been to besides your own?
Maybe a dozen
Really?
in the
So you're
past 6 years,
just
6 or 7
just
years, maybe a
figuring it
dozen.
out and laughing at people all the way.
That would be fun though,
You can see us, can't you? When
creating
you're
that.
Are there cameras in there? Yeah, I
Yes.
knew it.
So you see
Even
how
when you turn
stupid
the
we
lights out, I
are.
Look at
see.
that idiot. He can't even get in the room. How are they going to get out? uh,
So that was, obviously the last 2 years have been a challenge for you as a small business and really for everyone that's been a small
Yes.
business. Almost everyone. Some people thrived, but are there any other challenges when you guys started up? What were the challenges? Like, how did you in the very beginning? How did you get people in there?
It was really word of mouth. We try to make sure our customers are having a good time and encourage them to post or comment on Facebook or Instagram or anything that they're using. Another technique has been, if they're going out to dinner, them inviting them to the escape room first, so that if you go to dinner with folks that you don't necessarily know very well or you have trouble starting conversations with, the escape room is a wonderful topic to discuss at dinner
That's
about how
that's a
everyone performed.
fantastic thing.
Yeah. So it really helps. And sometimes we'll just give a couple business cards out and say, leave this with your tip on your table so that the wait staff at the restaurant can pick up that there's an escape room here in town. Um, just anybody that we pass, or large promotions downtown Newark,
Hmm.
setting out some business cards, things like that, because you either know and love an escape room or you don't know about them, and some people can't stand them because they're claustrophobic or something like that. But
Yeah.
for the most part, people are falling in love with them because they're finding their 3-year-old can do them, and so can their 100-year-old great grandma or aunt.
right.
Everyone has a different style, and we can the grandma can sit down and the 3-year-old can run over to the corner and pick something up that she tells them to go get and bring it back to her, and she can understand it and send that 3-year-old back out to be the mover and the shaker in the room, but she's the brain.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Can
Mhm.
people I know that probably some couples and small families wonder, do you do the escape room by yourself or are you in there with other people? Can you be in there with other people too that you don't
we
know?
we stopped doing blended groups when COVID hit. And a blended
Oh,
group is when you're paired with someone that you don't necessarily know. Someone can book the same room, same time, be in there with you. We stopped doing that when COVID hit. So now if you book it, you can bring whoever you want with you as long as you don't reach the maximum capacity for the room. A lot of people will just do it as a couple. I had a couple come in last week and they said they did not want anybody else in the room with them because they'd already done a room with some of their friends and their friends irritated more than helped.
At least they're honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
Others of them, they'll come in with their friends and they'll come out shaking their head because they didn't win. And they'll say, we need smarter friends.
Get better friends.
Yes.
Most
Others
definitely.
will
Now,
come out high-fiving everybody because they've had a great, successful time in there. We've heard families fight in there. We've heard families get along in there. Any scenario that you can dream up in the 6 years, we've probably seen it or been pretty close to it.
that's
How often do you change the rooms?
We like to change them every 6 to 12 months. However, with COVID, we haven't changed them for about 2 years. But some of the customers are starting to mention that we haven't changed them. So within the next few months, I'd say by the fall, at least 2 of the rooms will change.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll be hearing from Kim.
Absolutely.
I do really like when you guys take the pictures of people at the end. That's kind of fun, and that
Yeah.
gets people to share it.
Yes. Yep.
But
And a lot of times they like to write their own personal message about how they succeeded or didn't succeed. Some people even make a note that they did succeed when they really didn't. And it's fine with me. Whatever you choose to say is perfectly fine. I just want people to have fun with it.
yeah,
Well, let me ask you.
when you started, were there any resources that really helped you to get your business online and to get your business moving? What kind of resources did you use? I mean, you got Facebook, and so that helped you? Is that pretty much the
Facebook,
only thing that you use?
Instagram, the website that you guys created for me. I've driven a lot of people just to the website. Business cards, t-shirts, but really word of mouth has been the most fantastic thing that we've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
And the website, because anything else that we really pay for, such as a billboard or something even in a sporting event, there's little booklets that you have at sporting events that show business card size or half sheet size advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Those don't seem to bring in the customers for us. It seems to be the word of mouth, the website, Facebook, social online marketing.
Have you noticed any less reach on your Facebook posts? Because I know we talk about it all the time. They keep changing how many people see it. Have you noticed a downward trend, or does it seem to be the same for you? When you post something, how many of your fans do you think are seeing it?
I don't know for certain because that number varies all the time. It can be like a single digit, clear up to a triple digit as far as people that have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it has to do with who the person is in the picture and how
Right.
much they're sharing some of that information or not sharing that information. And when I do ask, people are not specific about Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. But they'll say social media.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And
Do
as we
you?
go along, that becomes so large of a category anymore, I think.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
most
They keep adding
definitely.
more, and I know because we talk about it a lot. People think not that long ago when you made a post on your business Facebook page, it showed all your fans.
Mm-hmm.
Now they say it's like 1 to 3%. So it's hard to gauge. The better content you put out, and like you said, if it's somebody that has a big following themselves, it can go further. But it's hard to get Facebook to cooperate without giving them money.
Yes, it is definitely.
Hey Kim, do you I know obviously because I created the website. Um through your booking system that you have, are you able
Yes,
to then recontact people? I mean, do you have a list that's started or not?
yes. If
Okay.
if they check a box that says they want to be part of the mailing list, that I can contact them in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good.
But if they do not click that box, then they are not bothered in any way, shape, or form.
Awesome.
Do you find most people click the box?
Yes.
That's good. I would think so
People
because
wanna
you're
have
an
fun.
event.
Yeah, it's
they
fun.
want to see when you have new things come out.
They
So
want to
good.
know what's going on. They want to know when the room changes. They want to know if there's a discount available to them, even if it's a $2 savings. If they bring in a group of 6, there's a good savings right there for them.
Yeah.
How often do you contact them?
Maybe once a year. When I flip a room, I'll say something to them. But I don't contact them every week. So it's not like they're getting a lot of, spam emails or anything from me and they get irritated with me and shut me off. I try to make sure that if I send something out, it has a really good, valid point that most of them have indicated they're interested in hearing from me.
Have you ever worked with, and this is just a thought, have you ever worked with like a local restaurant or, somebody like that and done something together as a promotion together?
I've really encouraged it with a few people. I've worked with some of the school districts.
Oh.
So let's say they want to do, I know one of the local schools has done, their Renaissance has done an escape room right in their building.
Oh.
And kids put all of the clues together or made up all of the clues and figured out how to work them. They did not know how to put them in order, though, that would make some sort of sense as you went through the room trying to get your way out. So they called me in, gave me all of the information they had created, and then I put it together for them so that they could go start as soon as you walk in the door, making your way through the room, trying to get out, and it all made sense. It had a good flow to it.
So that is where they create. Kim, that's like a whole nother business, Kim.
In your spare
Yeah.
time.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Cool.
That's
Yes.
really, really cool. You're an escape room consultant.
Yes. Yes.
That's fantastic.
So I don't have any idea how many escape. I think you're the only one in Newark, right?
I'm the only one in Licking County. As far as I know, I'm the only one in all of the surrounding counties around Licking County, except for Franklin County. Franklin
How many
County
do
has
they have?
several.
Several?
When I did my research last, they had 6 to 7. Theirs seem to come and go.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to keep track of where they're at and what they have. They're usually at about 6 or 7 in Franklin County in different locations.
Is there a major player? Is there like a franchise or the big resort areas?
There are a lot of franchises all across the United States.
Ah.
Yes. There are big players in this industry. But everyone that I've talked to that has played several games elsewhere and then comes here has told me that this place is just as good, if not better, than some of the chains.
Good for you.
Really?
Kick their butts.
What's the difference?
Cleanliness, hospitality, customer service. The way my rooms are set up, they're more logical. They're solvable. Whereas some of the larger chains, they're saying they can't follow them. They're not as logical. Some of them are not even solvable. It'll get to a certain point, and then even the clues don't make sense anymore. The hints that they get don't make sense anymore.
Huh.
Somebody just recently said the materials that were needed to solve the room were not even present in the room.
Really?
Yes.
Set up to fail.
Yes.
Huh.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun.
No, it doesn't
No.
at all.
So that's one of my key points around here is that I have plenty of time to flip the room from one customer to the next, to clean it, to make sure it's set up and properly functioning, so that if there is a change that I need to make, I can make it, or I can advise you ahead of time that there is a point in this room that I will step in and shoot you through to the next area that you need to be in because it's not fair to the customer.
Like those people that can't even get into the door.
Yep.
Me.
We would have been, I know, we would have been standing there for
And it's been a long
20
time
minutes.
ago, but it wasn't just me. It wasn't just Angie.
true.
There were like 10 of us. We couldn't get in the freaking room.
And if you're listening, those people know, or watching, those
Yeah.
people know who they are. Oh my gosh.
I don't remember. We didn't get out.
No,
We couldn't get in, we couldn't get out. So
no, we didn't make it.
we're lucky we're not still there.
And once you figured out how to get in, was it a fairly reasonable?
Yes.
Yes.
It was the way I lived my life. I was making everything way too complicated.
Huh. We need to take, we definitely, and we've talked about this. Of course, we talked about it before COVID, and then COVID hit, but we need to take the kids in there now that the kids are older, and it'd be interesting. Except
They'll
they'd probably
figure it
yell at us. They'll yell at us. Guaranteed.
You
So-
see a lot of dynamics, and
No, I bet.
yeah, it's pretty fun. You see brain fatigue kick in. So, and I think it's great for some of the teachers. They come in because, these kids get tired taking their tests, and the teachers don't always recognize it or understand it. But brain fatigue really is a true thing, and you can see it around here.
You've seen enough. Can you tell when they walk in who can do it and who can't? Is there a type?
Almost, yes. I'm not 100% accurate, but the door really helps me.
I gotcha.
That's funny.
Pre-test. That's a quiz.
That's so funny. So when when you were doing this, was there ever a point that you were just like, and obviously around COVID, did you want to give up? I mean, was there anything that you just thought, no, I can't do this. This is not going to work. Can't keep going.
When COVID hit, I considered it. Am I done? Is this it? But I kept going. Maybe it's a little bit of stubbornness. Maybe it was just a successful business that I had built. But I'm glad I didn't quit. I'm glad I kept going. Another time would have been right in the beginning when I first set up my rooms. It was almost like I had studied really hard for a test. And then you go in and the test is put in front of you and you don't know if you're going to pass or fail.
Uh-huh.
So as soon as I brought in my customers and my test group to do the rooms that I had set up, it proved to me that I had passed the test, that the rooms that I had created were a positive thing, that I had passed this test with flying colors, and that I could go on and go ahead and open. I didn't need to shut it down and give up the dream because I had done it. My creativity had come through and it was a success.
But yours, it's so different than a lot of businesses because it's coming from your brain. I mean, it's a service, and if people aren't having fun, they're going to tell people. So
that's exactly right.
To you for figuring all that out and in a way that people enjoy it. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you, what do you foresee your future with this? Getting bigger? Or?
If COVID can stay on the down low and my customers can come in through the door, I would like to change my rooms more often and maybe even get a larger location or a second location.
Nice.
Get a mobile location. So that I could go around to schools, or I could go around to businesses. I could go around to the different fairs. That's one of the things I would like to do the most, is to get mobile and also have
doing that?
What's that?
Is there anybody doing that? A mobile escape room that you know of?
Not in our area, but they are very big in some of the larger cities.
That's a cool idea.
That's a fantastic idea, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
That just opens up a ton of possibilities, because I can see, businesses doing it for, the group meetings that they do as just something to break the ice.
Yes.
at the schools for kids or for the teachers because,
Hmm.
the teachers do things together, after or even for them kind of like a work thing too. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh, that's just the possibilities are endless. Or even at like during the canal market, the
Yes.
district stuff.
It's a farmer's
Yes.
market in town.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
That is
We've got
great.
all these fairs around here
Mhm.
where it would kind of be set up like the haunted houses or something that the kids go into and things like that. You go into a mobile air conditioned place and you're in there for a few minutes trying to get yourself out, solving different puzzles.
What kind of vehicle would it be? Just like a semi trailer or something smaller than that?
Maybe a semi trailer, maybe an RV of some sort, anything that we'll just say my dad can remodel. Just don't
More
That
tell him
more jo-
that.
more jobs for Dad. Here, turn this bus into a escape room.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, Dad.
Yep.
Well, what kind of advice would you give to other people that were thinking about, you know, they had a dream like you did and want to start a business? Do you have any pointers for them?
I would say think about it. I would say talk to Pat and Angie about it. I
Thank you.
would say there's a lot of websites out there, even through the state of Ohio, that will give you good startup information. Went to a class to help me start up this business. Um, there was a lot of different ideas for business startups in there. So, and I really just played my own devil's advocate, but it was because do have a business background. So, what makes common sense to me might not be common sense to someone else, and they'd have to really use different resources to figure out what might work and what might not.
Right.
I mean, because we know you and we know we've been to your place, your business, you are one that people could learn from because you're not in a really prominent location,
Right.
which a lot of people might look at as a downside. And you said that that's probably what saved your business when COVID
Yes.
hit, is not
Yeah.
paying retail rates.
Yes.
You've in when you started, if people that don't know, it's really in a neighborhood, and it's
It
on
is.
it's
It's in a residential neighborhood. There's a few commercial zoned properties in this residential neighborhood. Um, so it
and
was
you didn't
family
use that
owned.
and you didn't use that as an excuse. You had to go out and market yourself, which is what we
Yes.
do. Whether it's handing out business cards, talking to waitresses, or running ads, whatever you had to do. You can't just. I think we see that a lot of people, even if they get the website, they put it up and then they sit back and they wait for the business to come in, and
Mhm.
it just doesn't work that way. You have to go out and sell yourself and your business,
Yes.
and obviously you did that because you are nobody. I mean, not no offense, but nobody's going to just drive by and see your place
You're exactly
unless they
right.
unless they're a neighbor. But
You're exactly right. Well, and even my neighbors that do come in, they say, I've seen this place for years. I never knew what it was until today, and they may have been here last week.
that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
People live in their own little worlds,
Yes.
which is why you had to go out and tell them, invite them
Yes.
in and see what they think. And I'm sure you've got a great uh, customer service rate or review rate that everybody loves to go there. So
You do get
Well,
reviews, don't you?
they'll drive down the street and they'll pull up to the building. I've even seen people open my front door and kind of like peek in and then turn around and look back at the car and be like, yeah, it's safe. You can come on in. Come on, come on.
this is the
Right.
place. It really is a business. It's not just
Seriously?
a van
Yes.
offering candy.
Right. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I like your t-shirts. I said that before
Yep. Yep.
earlier when we were talking. Those are pretty cool. How long have you been doing the t-shirts?
We've probably had the t-shirts going on 4 years now.
Nice.
And
And
we're getting
now
ready to
that
do a couple more designs.
now that we're recording, tell the people what you told us about how your designer works for your next t-shirt design.
Well, you use Post-it notes.
And you keep them in a safe place, right?
Safe place. That's correct. So that you don't lose them. Otherwise, you find yourself recreating the wheel again, starting over from scratch. So you really do have to keep them safe, and posted really helps.
I got you. It's a high-tech situation.
Yes.
Do a lot of people, well, I guess if you've had them for 4 years, do a lot of people get the t-shirts when they're done?
Yes, whether they escape out of the room or not, they do. They seem to love the t-shirt. And I even, in some of the schools that I've been in, have seen kids wearing them around the school. So I know that people are out there in the community wearing them.
That's fantastic. Was there anything else that you wanted to tell anybody?
I can't think of anything. I think we've covered it all.
So if somebody wanted to find out more about Escape It, where would they go to look?
They can visit the website, www.escapeitnewark.com. They can also, our phone number is listed there. They can call, and I'm pretty much the only one that answers. So if I don't answer, leave a message, and I will return your phone call as soon as possible.
Awesome.
Well, we'll make sure that those are in the notes.
We'll include that
of
in the show
episode.
notes and send everybody that link, and we're going to share this out for you. So
now, before you go, what we wanted to do is, we wanted to kind of make it fun at the end too, and so we have this little deck of questions that we're going to pull a question out, and you got to answer the question. So, are you game?
I'm game for it. Let's go.
No pun intended. Which of your personality traits would you like to change?
Ooh, deep.
Ooh, my giggle.
Oh, come on.
Why?
I don't know.
Your giggle's going to be famous now.
Everybody seems to enjoy it, but I find it annoying.
So you don't want other people to enjoy you. I think that's the trait that needs.
I don't know. I do. I find it annoying. That
Kim,
and the hair, but that's another day.
Yeah.
Kim, we always tell everybody it's good to giggle.
It is good to giggle.
It is good to giggle. You are correct. Yes.
That's my t-shirt.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. Unfortunately, something happened with the camera, and it shut off. So, of Kim. So I guess it kind of ended at the right time since we were on that last question. But we hope you guys have enjoyed this episode number 2 with Kim Workman at the Escape Room Newark.
That's right. So until next time, see you later.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Local Vibes Podcast. Brought to you by Ultimate Online Marketing, where we help small business owners like you build the ultimate system that generates more leads, phone calls, and most importantly, more customers. Join our group by going to ultimateonlinemarketing.com/group. There, you'll find live discussions, tips, podcasts, videos, and just plain real talk on how you too can be an ultimate online business. See you next time.
Bye-bye.